everybody, welcome back to our channel kaviwebdesigns. And today I'm going to tell you about my new chapter, which is chapter number 4, Apache HTTP Server. But before we jump in, if you did not watch our previous video, please watch it now because this is a related topic. And before we jump into our chapter 4, let's go to the table of content to see what is there. So here I'm going to my table of content, and here in our table of content we have completed the first one, which is programming languages and runtime. So inside of that we have completed JavaScript, Python and Node.js. Now we are starting number 2, which is web servers and reverse proxies, which includes Apache HTTP Server and Nginx. So we are doing Apache HTTP Server. So let's go back to our Apache HTTP Server installation in real-time Linux OS. So here at my chapter 4, now what is Apache HTTP Server? The Apache HTTP Server is a widely used web server software that hosts and delivers websites and web applications over the internet. It processes requests from users' browsers and retrieves content like a web page, YouTube, Twitter, or anything else, and it sends back to the user's browser for display. Now, why do we even use Apache HTTP Server in the first place? The Apache HTTP Server is used for reliable host websites and applicants due to its flexibility and support for security, multi-site hosting, and high traffic handling. It works across operating systems and integrates with various programming languages like Python, Java, and many more. And it has a strong community support, which makes it widely adaptable for web hosting needs. So let's go to our next slide. Now let's download Apache HTTP Server. To download the Apache HTTP Server, we're going to use FileZilla to upload it to there. Now why are we using FileZilla? And in the previous video, we were just installing from Ubuntu. As because in this video, I'm talking about real-time situations. So inside of a production grade, we won't be using any internet inside of Linux. So we won't be having like the sudo apt command, because sudo apt update command, as because it uses internet to update the system. Now let's see how do we download Apache HTTP Server and upload it. So we have to first go to their website and download it for Linux, Windows and or Mac. So here I'm going to the server. So here at this website, here I'm just going to scroll down and press this source, which is saying the tar.gz. So when I press here I can put it inside of a place. So I'm just going to put it in downloads. Now let me press save. So as you can see here it will come like this. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. So next is to install and open FileZilla. To open FileZilla, you must download it first. So you have to go to the filezilla-project.org if you don't have it. So you can press Mac Intel for if you have Intel chip, or Mac Apple Silicon. For Windows you can check the description. I'll be providing links for Linux, Windows and Mac, Intel or Mac Silicon. So once you have opened it, here it will ask you these four things. It will ask you the host, means your server IP address, your username, your Ubuntu username, the password for that user, and the port, which is 22 as per the SFTP SSH file transfer protocol. So let's go to our FileZilla to write that. So here I'm going to open up FileZilla. So here I have opened up FileZilla. Now here I need to write the host. So let's get the host IP address from our Ubuntu. So here I'm just going to open up my Ubuntu and write the password. And after we have write that, now here I'm just going to open up my terminal. After that I'm going to write if config, and when we write that, here you have to find this inet and you have to find that IP address of it, and then just copy it copying it and then going to our FileZilla and pasting it. So now after we have done that, we're supposed to write the username, the password and the port. So the username for this Ubuntu virtual machine is Ubuntu and the password is Ubuntu. And the port I'm going to write 22. And I press quick connect. Here it has been successfully connected. So here inside of Ubuntu. So here we're inside of Ubuntu through FileZilla to upload our files. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what we're going to do next. So let's go to our next slide, which talks about how to upload the tar.gz file to the server. So first we have to navigate to the destination folder. You have to, in the remote side panel, you have to navigate to the destination folder like /home/ubuntu/downloads and all. So inside the local side pane, we're supposed to locate the download.tar.gz file and have drag and drop the tar.gz file from the left, which is the local, and to the right, which is the remote pane, to upload it. So let's go to our FileZilla to write that. So here at FileZilla, here I'm just going to go and find the destination folders, which is inside of downloads, and after that here I'm going to go inside of here and find downloads, as because I have put it in downloads, and just write hatch. So here inside of my downloads, I'm going to go here and write hatch. I'm going to write here hatch, and as you can see here I have found my HTTP 2.4.6.tar.gz file. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload this file to my downloads. So as you can see here it has been successfully uploaded to our Ubuntu. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So nextly is to open up our terminal and connect your server via SSH. So open up your terminal in your MacBook and then write SSH and then your username, which is Ubuntu at the date of, and then your server IP address. So let's go to our terminal to write that. Now before we go to our terminal, why are we supposed to connect into our terminal through Ubuntu? So whenever you have to copy and paste, it will take a long time, as because the controls are inverted and outverted. So if you write command C, it will open up the notification tab, and it will make it more messy for you. So in our production, we won't have any UI and all. So we will only have that blank terminal to write our commands in. So let's go to our terminal to connect to our Ubuntu. So here I'm opening up my terminal, and now I'm going to write SSH Ubuntu at the date of, and then the IP address, which we can go back to our Ubuntu, which is here, and then here we will be writing ifconfig already. If we have already written ifconfig, and we are supposed to copy this again, and then we have to go to our terminal and paste that. And when I press enter, here it will say, now it is asking for the virtual machine's password. So I'm going to write Ubuntu, and when we press enter here, now we have been entered. We have connected through the terminal. So now we can write our commands inside of this terminal screen instead of writing in our Ubuntu. So now let's go to our PPT to learn about more. So next is to go to the directory where you have uploaded the file. So here at my terminal, here I'm just going to do ls, and now as you can see that I have put it in downloads. So here I'm going to write cd /d downloads, and when I press enter here, I'm successfully inside of downloads. So now let's go back to our PPT to see what next. So next is step 5, which is to extract the Apache HTTP server files. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to write tar-xzvf http -23.4.62 So now let's go to our terminal to write that command. So here at my terminal, here I'm going to write tar-xzvf and write HTTP, and we write that dot tar.gz, and we press enter. Here it has been successfully unzipped or unturned. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So next is to navigate to the extracted directory. So to navigate to the extracted directory, we must write cd httpd and the version number .tar.gz. So now let's go to our terminal and write that command. So I'm going to press ls. Here, as you can see here we have our http.2.4.2.62. So here now I'm going to go inside of it by writing cd httpd and press tab, and here now I'm successfully inside of this. Now I'm just going to clear the screen. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So nextly is step 6, which is to install the required dependencies. So here we are supposed to write sudo apt update, which we won't be doing, as because in our real time we won't be using sudo apt update and all. So we're just going to install build essentials. So let's go to our terminal to write that. So here on my terminal, here I'm going to write sudo apt install build essentials, and when I press enter, here I will say sudo passport for Ubuntu. So you're going to write Ubuntu, and when I press enter, oh, seems like I have written something wrong. So here is supposed to be ILD instead of LID. So when I press enter, here it will say build essentials is already the newest version. So as because we have Ubuntu may be already pre-packed with the build essentials. So if you don't have build essentials, you can just download it. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So nextly is to configure Apache. So we have to write the configuration script to set up Apache with the desired options. Now let's go to our terminal to write that. So now when we write, I'm going to write /configure -enable -so and -enable -ssl and -with -mpm, and write the equal sign equal event. So write equal event, and when I press enter, here it will take at least like 1 to 5 minutes, 1 to like 30 seconds for it to happen. So as you can see here now it has been done, and now it's saying server version is 2.4.62. So now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So next is to compile and install Apache. So first we have to use the make command to compile the Apache source code which has been put around. So let's write the command make in our terminal. So here I'm going to write the command called make. Now here it will take some time, as you can see here. Here it will say leaving directory as because it has been made. Let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So next is to install Apache. Once the compilation is complete, install Apache with sudo make install. By default, this will install Apache in user/local/apache2. So now let's go to our terminal to write that command. So here we're going to write sudo make install. Oh, seems like I have written make command wrong. So you're supposed to write sudo make install. Now when I press enter, here it will take some time depending how much time it will take. So it will take at least like 30 seconds to 1 minute, as because it's going to compile and install Apache. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. In our last slide, we're talking about how to start and verify Apache HTTP server. So first I'm going to start Apache HTTP Server. And now I'm going to run this following command to start the Apache server. So now let's go to our terminal to write that command. So here I'm going to write sudo /usr/local /apache2/bin/apache ctl start start. Now when I press enter, seems like it's saying this. So if I just run the command again, it will say HTTP pid 13685 already running. That means the Apache server is running. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what it says. So next is to verify Apache is running. Now we're going to open our web browser and enter in your server IP in this address bar like this. Here I'm going to have to write http:// your IP address. So let's go to our Google Chrome to write that. So here I'm going to open up my Google Chrome, and here I'm going to write http:// and my IP address, which I'm going to go to my terminal and write ifconfig and press enter. So here it will be like this. So you just have to copy that and enter it. Here it will say it works. That means Apache HTTP server is working correctly. So to test this more, I'm going to stop Apache HTTP server in my terminal. So here I'm going to write that, and instead of writing start, I'm going to write stop stop. When I press enter, now it has been stopped. Now when I press reload, it will say this site can't be reached. That means it refused to connect as because it has been stopped. So folks, thanks for watching. And if you like this video and you want to support us, please like, share, subscribe to our channel kaviwebdesigns, and keep on watching our videos and show us some love. Have a nice day, and this is Bhavik signing off.